Hey guys, welcome aboard. We're going to be taking the Fenix A320 from Phoenix to San Diego here. Get jumped in, we get our volumes up, and we will get the plane fired up. And first off, jump in here and get everything set up. I've got the GSX Pro now, so we'll see how that works out for the gates and all that good stuff. All right, we've got our flight plan imported. Let's go over to weight and balance over here. Let's get the airplane fired up. We'll get the batteries on, 1 and 2. External power on. We'll arm the emergency exit lights. Get the crew oxygen on. Smoking signs off. Or, sorry, correction, I should say on. All right, let's take a look over here again. We'll have to see how this works out with the GFX. So, need to look really quick here. Hopefully it's working. There it is. Let's load sim brief. There we go. Good. We'll minimize that. Let's jump into the FMC. I know I'm calling it wrong, but that's what I call it. Get our lights on over here. Right, we'll get navs getting aligned there. And let's do our request for our flight plan here out of SimBrief. Hope everybody's having a good, what is it, Thursday? And there's our flight. Flight number today is going to be, as always, DL007. Take a look at our cost index for today's flight is going to be 6, and we're going up to 28,000 feet. Line our IRSs, come back here, we'll grab our wind. And there we go. All right. Sorry about that, jumping around. Still getting used to the GSX here, so I'm actually going to just refuel myself, and we'll just request boarding. Over here, we'll drop our fuel in here, which is 12,300 pounds for today's flight. Looks like our folks are getting loaded over here. Once that's done, I'm going to manually just load baggage and all that stuff, because GSX is kind of hokey. Get our fuel pumps on over here, get ready for our APU to get fired up. Take a look at our flight plan for today. Departing out of Phoenix is going to be runway 25 right. And we're taking a Firebird with a Mohawk transition. Interesting thing in San Diego for the arrival, they are landing runway 9. We're going to be doing the ILS Yankee to runway 9. And arrival is going to be Lucky 1 with hogs. For that, go here and take a quick look at the plan. Come on there. we'll step through our flight plan here. We depart. Quick, looks like a left and a right. Head down to California. Over to the Lindy arrival, and then over to Mission Bay. Quick turnaround here and into runway 9. Looking good. Go back up to the top. Here are all our messages here. Go back up to ARC. And let's take a look over here, see if we got all our passengers loaded. And they're still going. What we can do is come over here and check our departure settings. So we are taking off again, runway 25 right. We'll sync the load. Get our live weather over here. Go 2980. Let's go ahead and calculate that. Once doing that, we can go ahead and set our altimeter. 2980 cross-checked. Get it on the standby over here. Enter some of our information here for a takeoff. So we got the V1, VR, V2, 139, 140, 142, 39, 40, 42. Looks like flaps are going to be 1 down 02 and a temperature of 66. Down 02, 6. All right, get that done. Over here again, we've got to wait for our weights to come in. Get the final setting for that. Taking forever to load there, Mr. GSX. All right, it says we're loaded up, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a load here, instantaneous. Here we go. Got all our people on board, baggage, got all our fuel on board. And the final weight is 128, we'll go 128.7 and 30.0. 20.7 slash 30.0. Fuel again, it was 128. Where was our fuel again? Here we go. We'll just go 12 dots. Round it up there. Hop over here. Actually, what we'll do is start getting our APU fired up. Hey Seagull, how you doing there? Just checking the chat there for the first time. Let's get our nav lights on. We'll get strobes over to auto. And all right, everything down there is good. We just got to set our altitude, 28,000 feet for today's flight. Wait for our APU to fire up, and then we'll request pushback. Like our IRSs are aligned. Waiting for our APU to get going here. door is open. Go ahead to GSX. And let's west. Prepare for pushback and departure. Like the doors are closed in there. Fuel's on. Take a look up here, make sure everything is set correctly. I always like to turn on my lights. Maximum. We'll get our seatbelt signs on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Remember asking for pushback, but go ahead and let's just
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I guess we gotta wait for them. Get the chocks and GPU disconnected.
Locking gear.
All right, let's take a quick look at our charts here. Over on the other side. What were we doing again? We were taking off runway 25 right. So we are going to do a pushback with the nose to the right. Select that.
Release parking brakes, please.
Go here.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
While we're pushing back here, let the flight crew start their announcements.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for flying with Delta. The health and safety of our customers and
Number
crew
2
is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So before we depart, please pay attention to this important safety message.
Be sure that all carry-on items are securely stowed in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you. Please keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead
Get
areas
fired
clear.
up.
If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for assistance.
As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, secure it by attaching the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, just push the metal tip down. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden
God, you
rough
gave
air.
up on
In the event of
the
rough
sim.
air, the crew might also need to buckle up.
It's working
for
real good
safety.
now.
We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require
gotta just
all
have the
passengers
computer
to
to,
comply with the
to
crew
run
member's
it.
instructions, in addition to posted placards and lighted information signs located throughout the
Looks
cabin.
like number
Smoking,
2's fired up.
vaping,
Let's
the
get
use of
number 1 fired
e-cigarettes
up.
or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors. There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft. In the event of an evacuation, leave all carry-on items behind.
All exits are clearly marked with a green exit symbol. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you, and remember, they might be behind you.
Please set
If
parking
there's a loss of power, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an
Waiting
exit.
your
It's
confirmation for a
unlikely,
good engine
but if
start.
cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the
for
lavatories.
our
If
number
this
1 engine to
happens,
fire up
reach and
completely,
pull the
then we'll
mask or
give them the
streamer
okay.
down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic
Cockpit
strap
good.
over your head,
We have a
and
good
adjust
engine
the
start.
mask if
You can disconnect.
necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front,
Over here, get
and
our,
adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the
transponder on.
plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the tab
Unlocking
at
gear.
the bottom of the vest, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest.
For children who weigh less than 35 pounds, place the vest around the infant's waist and secure the strap between the legs. Refer to your safety card for more information. Additional life
Tow truck
vests for
disconnected.
in-lap children
Bypass
are
pin
located
removed.
in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane.
Left is clear,
We'll distribute
right is
these
clear.
vests if necessary.
Now, before we take off, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table and
It's
footrest.
hot
Be sure
again.
your
I've
seatbelt
noticed
is
that
fastened low
happens
and tight
sometimes
across your lap. Your carry-on
during
items are
our,
secured in aisle armrest or
pushback
at resting
here,
position.
unfortunately, with
If you have a
GSX,
suite
so
door,
let's,
ensure it is open.
jump down
There
here.
is a placard
We'll
on
get,
the inside of the suite door
get that
explaining
cleared
how
up.
to open it in case of an emergency.
Finally, please take a moment to review the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket. As we come through the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
Find it.
Now, as we get ready for takeoff, please settle in and have a wonderful flight. Thank you for flying with Delta.
Maintenance. That's it. Keep an eye on the temperatures here. Had this happen the other day when I was using, or just recently installed GSX here. Way to clear it. Don't remember what the heck it was. Well, at least we'll taxi out and see how it works out there. Hopefully they cool down before that. Anyway, we got to get our message here. Get our final load sheet. Few messages. We'll accept that. Good. Get the APU off, get the APU bleed off, and we'll get our taxi lights on. Turn our beacon on, of course. So it looks like we're just heading all the way down here and then taking a right on the runway. Parking brakes off. Rolling out of here. Yeah, this is the Payware Fenix A320. Also, Payware Fenix software, or airport, sorry. Not yet sold on the GSX add-on. That's another Payware software. Just got it yesterday, so I've been kind of playing around with it, but I noticed sometimes it does weird stuff like that where I start getting hot brakes. Happened the other day when I was doing a test flight. Get our flaps down. Getting used to the ground steering here. The new computers. This is a brand new computer I just built last weekend, and so I'm not used to the higher frame rates. Anyway, we will prepare for departure right here. Let's get auto braking to max. Spoilers are armed. Got the transponder already set. Weather radar set. We'll be behind this 737 from Southwest here, and let's go around them. I always like the Zebo on X-Plane. I've not played X-Plane in quite some time though. Or traffic, I guess we don't have to worry about him. Hold over here, we'll get our brakes on. Can't figure out how to fix this little brake issue right here. Oh boy. Big maintenance. Can't remember if it was in big. Failures right. Failure type. Oh, that's full cargo config. Maintenance here, but some place where you could like reset it all. Ground service, normal, burst failures. There we go. My brake temp do is just clear it out, and there we go. Alright, now we can get on our way over here. Unfortunately, somebody cut in front of us there. Cabin crew, no, we're ready to go here and do our final checks. And I think our trim was down 1 or 2, so we'll set that. Brakes off. I think we're configured for departure here after American right there. We'll get into position here, get ready for departure. Now that we had some fun with the brakes there in that GSX. Line of planes coming in there for landing, so we'll just do a pretty quick departure over here. I think I said 2-5 left, but we're going to make believe like it's 2-5 right, because that's where everybody else was departing from. Alright, so my throttles are a little wonky, so I always have to look at this. Otherwise I go past the flex step. there's our rotation speed. Positive rate. Gear coming up. Nice view of Phoenix as we go by. Autopilot can come on. We'll go laps up. Bring the power back here in just a second. I like to get at least up to 210 before I actually go back to climb power. I found sometimes the Fenix A320 tends to want to all of a sudden go wacky and doesn't reduce the or it climbs a little bit too steeply and I start losing airspeed. So let's get the spoilers disarmed. Yeah, I've been to Falcon Field a couple of times there back in the day. I used to live in Tempe. And I was going to ASU. I haven't been there in a long time. Decades. Ten 10,000 feet. Landing lights can come off. Let the crew know. At 10,000, they can get up and they're doing their work. Our terrain radar on, and I always like to have the airports on also, just in case we gotta make a quick descent someplace in case of emergency. Go ahead and zoom out over here and see where we're heading. Of a funky departure off of Fenix here. Usually used to departing the other direction. And let's see, weather in San Diego should be kind of interesting. Take a real world look and see what they've got. They're starting to break out now. Scattered at 1,000, broken at 20,000. 9 miles visibility, so a little bit of marine layer still in there. I did a flight earlier this morning, the actual opposite of this one, San Diego to Phoenix, and San Diego was IFR. Visibility was pretty socked in there with the marine layer and fog. What, this flight? About an hour and a half or so. Pretty quick flight here. Or 35 minutes or so. Let's see here. Let's take a look at our arrival performance here. So San Diego, we will be landing runway 9. It's interesting. It is dry. At the latest weather here. Yeah, like I said, scattered at 1,000, broken 20,000, and otherwise looking pretty good. Our landing weight here. Let's take a look at our prediction here. 138.8. 138.8. And by there, right 9 by. Pretty heavy. 1.8. Here we go. That makes a little bit more sense. We are going to do low braking and max reverse there. Not that it does a lot. Low braking is good enough for us because we're actually down. Oh, actually, this is runway 9. Thinking 27. A little bit of a longer taxi back here to our gate. And we can go over to standard on the timber setting. Take a look at our progress here. And it looks like we should be arriving at 2020. So that's about, right about 40 more minutes or so. 45 minutes from now. Do a little posture check here. We've got somebody up ahead of us there. go ahead and pull up our approach plate here. We're doing ILS Yankee to runway 9. Turn the lights up here a little bit. This thing always is a little bit too dark for me. So, a little bit easier to see. We're going to be going over to Mission Bay after our approach here, unless they switch runways on us by the time we get there. I think we're actually doing a turnaround over into the final approach here, which is going to be at, let's see here, 2,000 feet. A while since I've been out to Arizona. Keep an eye on that, see if it changes. It's starting to come out of the south. 6. Might switch runways on us here. Tune in the ATIS, 134.8. Once we get that, we'll confirm our runway for arrival. Hop outside here for a little bit. Always a little bit louder when you're outside. All right, let's take a look here and see where we are. Rapid descent 8988 nautical miles now. Go ahead and enter our arrival information here. Press that one more time. Let's see, what do we got? 2987. 2987 for the altimeter. What we got here? Winds are 200 at 6, temperature 20. And it looks like our landing radio altimeter should be at 241. Got to turn the seatbelt signs off. Sorry, guys. Stuck in there. We'll let them go to the bathroom. Speaking of going to the bathroom, I'm going to pop out here just for a second. I will be right back in a minute or two. If we can, more interesting to look at. I think this side here. Right back. Grabbed a little snack, actually. Adjusting some of my settings for OBS here. Hopefully it picks up my voice a little bit better. I can't remember what airfield this is, and it's Army, I believe, airfield right here at the the Arizona side of the Colorado River. Yuma down below over there. Flown into this airport, real life. Quite an interesting little, well, I shouldn't say little, it's a big airport, big runway. Got over the sand dunes here to California. Little tidbit of trivia here. Sand dunes out here, this is where they filmed Tatooine for Return of the Jedi, where Jabba the Hutt's sailing barge took Luke, Han, tried to throw him into the black pit. Filmed right out here in these dunes. Now they went to Tunisia for some of it, but having to build the whole like Jabba the Hutt's sailing barge thing, it was cheaper for them to come out here, and they built it. Forgot what you know, they always try to make a cover for what they're actually filming, and that's where sometimes you'll see like George Lucas hat on, and it says blue something, I forgot what, but it gave the crew all of these hats, so because they I can't remember if they stayed in Yuma or over in El Centro while they were filming and, you know, building all this stuff out here, so they tried to cover it by making believe that, you know, it didn't say Star Wars, you know, the next Star Wars movie on their hat. It said something blue. I can't remember exactly what it was. Blue Harvest. That's what it was. Blue Harvest. Go. Yeah, Blue Harvest. What's of the Force is a new book. Sounds pretty cool. Well, we're getting close to our descent here. Let's go ahead and get ready for that. A 1,000. Down to, bring that down. 1,000. Ready for the descent here. It's been about 7 miles. Refresh our METAR and see what we got here. Yep, they switched it on us. And at the digital ATIS there, they're landing runway 27, so let's go ahead and this. By that, it'll be the same. Do a little bit of work here. Get our descent started. And let's see, first thing we go. Eyeball is good. Have Y7 same arrival, I should say. The approach would definitely. That all looks good. Usually this approach comes in without any problems. So RNAV 827. Looking forward to doing that runway 8. Flew earlier out of San Diego to Phoenix. Kind of fun taking off from runway 9. I've done that. I think I've only done that in real life once on an airliner. We'll still go down to 2,000 here, but pretty much just a straight shot. And we've got to update our minimums here. 663. Arrow now is going to, actually it's looking for 60. Wise, still good here. Hundred at 6, 9, 8, 7. 2, 7, 2. Good. Coming over El Centro and down just a little tiny bit. Alton Sea here. Your seatbelt sign back on. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. I don't have the time for all of it myself. Goodness. Between playing with my flight sim and my model trains and everything else. Let's see, what are we doing here? To update this really quick. So right, 7, all that. At least this way. Yeah. Go medium, braking. So yeah, coming in on 2.7, terminals are on the left-hand side, and Delta is right down there. So that's pretty straightforward for us. Yeah, lots of hobbies, one thing or another. Try to only stick to like 2 at a time though. Although sometimes I make it stretch. Way I can try to focus in my energy on actually getting stuff done or being productive in the hobby. Your city down here, I think that's it, right? Yeah, we just went by it. Here it is, Plaster City. Pretty sure that's it down here. Oh no, there it is, that's it. That's Plaster City back there behind. And you can see the rail line that runs in there. It runs in from El Centro. Used to continue on all the way to San Diego. Yeah, I have a friend that down in San Diego, he's into that. Archery. I'm not, but I see post pictures on Facebook all the time. A nice view coming into San Diego here from the Yeah, I hear you. It's I'm not into driving around either. That's why I like doing my model train layout and flight simming. And I take my dog Benjamin out to the beach. All right, let's see. What was our altimeter again? 2987. Let's set that. That's cross-checked over there. Getting down to about 15,000 feet. Yeah, having a range like just a few minutes away, that is nice. I have a shooting range not far from me, like 15-minute drive. But it's so hot, it's outdoor, that I don't do it as much as I'd like to.
Lindbergh Airport information, Whiskey 2000 Zulu. Wind 174 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky condition 1,700 feet scattered. Temperature 22. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.85. ILS Yankee runway 9 in use. our aircraft say direction of flight.
Oh, it's not. Real world ATIS has them landing 27 right now. We're gonna stick with that. Let's see what we said here. Medium braking. Flaps. First we'll get the auto brake set to medium. Down to 13,000 feet. Cabin crew, no. Low 18,000 there. We go ahead and turn up the sounds here just a little bit so you can hear that fantastic arrival. Yeah, it's hard to dress for it when it's 105. Doesn't matter how little you wear, it's still hot. Nice arrival here. A bit of weather to contend with. Nothing too big. I see a plane way off in the distance. Just make out his lights. Water. I'll sip before landing here. Fans on my new computer is making a little rattle down there, trying to figure out which fan it is. Kind of hit the screw on it a little bit. All right, let's get prepped for the approach over here. Or approach blade out. Firm. The RNAV Yankee runway 27. Approach fix is going to be at Rebo, 2,000 feet. It is 5.2 miles from the runway. Going down to 600. A little hazy down there. Hopefully we don't run into any airplanes if Flight Simulator is still landing them on runway 9. It's going that way. Up over Alpine here. County. final descent here. Go ahead and take this manually here. On to 1. So. Slow down a little bit quicker. Put our spoilers out. Go ahead, hit our approach. U10, bring our slats out. A little hazy down there in downtown San Diego. Lined up on final approach. Let's go ahead and get our landing lights on. Good. The crew know we're on final. Go to manage speed again. 2 on the flaps. All right, pre-landing posture check here.
2,500.
Check. Need brakes out there just to slow us down a little bit more. Coming up to Rebo. Go gear down. Full flaps. Sounds up just a little bit more. Checklist, gears down, signs are on, captain's ready, spoilers, let's go ahead and arm them, and full flaps for landing. I think 2.7 is much nicer coming in to San Diego because you get to see the whole bay. A little hazy here today.
1,000.
I'm not sure about that. Speed brake. Just know how it works. As an auto deploy when we land, so it'll bring the spoilers up on landing. That's what I was just doing there.
Hundred above. Minimum 400.
Ending.
$400. $200.
Plane.
100. 50, 40, 20, retard.
Pressure pursuit engage. Pulling gently there. Little pumpy winds there. Guys, welcome to San Diego. Turn off here, and we're heading all the way to the end there. Landing lights off. Lights on. Not used to this sensitive wheel steering here. And turn that down a little bit. Go up top here and get our APU fired up. A little bit of traffic coming our way. Yeah, they pretty much have them on all the time, especially if there's you know, a little bit of haze or something like that. Cleaned up over here. Flight directors come off. We're going to take the first gate right. Hopping in on me here. Taxi lights are off. Looks like we don't have any marshaller here. Kind of eyeball it. I think that's good right there. Parking brake on and seatbelt signs off. Go ahead and kill the engines. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call it a day here. Listen board. Keyboard. It's a little noisy out there. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that flight, and I'll see you in the next stream. Take care.